Well, hello all OS enjoyers, enthusiasts and fans, and welcome back to the 2024 OS Catch World Cup, where here we are presented with another fantastic matchup between two strong teams on the second day of the weekend in Finland and Australia. It's going to be another winners bracket matchup, which will provide us with hopefully lots more entertainment to come. I am Maito, and I am here joined tonight by Sartan. How are you doing, and how do you feel about this game?
See you again.
Yeah.
Good.
Nope.
I might have a in here. Sorted. Full of connectivity. Really looking forward to this. To the very in that of the
it's still quite bad.
Let me try something. You can talk for like 5 minutes.
We have a bit of a funny connection issue going on here, but in the meantime, it's going to be a hidden one ban here, not surprising, from Australia, and Hard Rock 1 from Finland. Very expected bans. Australia are a super consistent and strong team on that Hard Rock pool, and of course makes sense for for Australia to be banning Hidden One as well here, as Finland actually were the second best team, I believe, on the qualifiers in that as well, and they're very scary on Hidden. They have a super strong Hidden roster, but it's going to be a Hidden 3 pick from Finland as well. No surprise here as well. Getting right into this match, not much delays, not much messing around. All of the players ready to go and get into this first point between Finland and Australia. It's going to be an electric match, I feel, which is hopefully going to be a close one too. I know Finland are incredibly strong this year, but with this round of 16 pool, Australia looking to make it a difficult challenge for them, and really going to be a test to see if Finland are the real deal and can go for that podium spot. But here we go, Hidden 3, very first map. And it's going to be Crimson Please, Tixtop and Nando, and Yurti, Leno and VT on the side of Finland. An early lead here for Finland as well, as Tix has found quite a few misses, not having a very good time with this map right now. And there's another miss from Crimson too, dropping the other FC for Australia. And look at all of the finish plays right now. Still going super strong. Already out to a 140,000 score lead, and that is going to continue growing. Nando, the only sizable combo left for Australia here, as Crimson finds yet another miss, and Finland are on an absolute roll right now. Tix drops again. Finland starting this point off very strongly, halfway point of the map, and they are all still holding double S's. What score is this from Finland right now? VD finally finds a drop, however, so one FC of 3 is gone, but Leno and Yurti still holding strong, and Nando also drops. Australia really falling apart now with that last FC off the board. Finland now going to completely run away with it, with a third of the map left to go. Leno and Yurti still holding double S's, wanting to make a strong statement in the beginning of this match, and they're doing that 100%. Crimson finds another miss, followed right up by Tix, and a big blowout to start this match here. Australia definitely weren't feeling too confident about the Hidden pool, it seems, and Hidden 3, for sure their weak point. It is, I would say, their weakest mod pool. Going to be Finland's pick as well, so not too disparaging for Australia here, but nonetheless, still really impressive from Finland here, with Oh, Yurti actually dropped that FC right at the end, but Leno does hold through for a double S to start this match off. Wow. Incredible performances here from that Finnish roster to get things going. Nando also only a single miss, really pulling his weight for Australia here, but unfortunately those second and thirds not able to make up the difference at all. And it's going to be right into Hard Rock 3 here for Australia.
Well, they were able to finish that map quicker than I was able. Or not.
Oh. But having some very unfortunate connection issues here.
I'm really trying my hardest, guys. I don't know what's happening. But what
maybe
I know
it's good.
Is happening.
Wait, it's good, it's good,
I think it's good. I think it's good. It might be a bit unstable, so yeah. It's what it is. I can't really do anything about the circumstances, right? But this pick from Australia, what do you think about it? Go for Hard Rock against Finland?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think it's a smart pick. I know Australia, the Australian boys have been practicing this up really hard, and I think feel good about the Hard Rock pool. They're a strong Hard Rock team, of course. Finland are as well, but when you're up against one of the best teams in the competition this year, you just got to go for your strengths, even if they're also strong, because well, you just have to play your strength against theirs and see who is going to come out on top. And not a bad pick here, I think. And the doublet's gonna catch Crimson out. Oh no. But also Leno, however. So an even trade. That miss from Kojibo. Finland going to take another early lead here. Kaguya and Beerus, as well as Yurti, still holding their FCs, but with 2-1 from Finland to Australia, going to be a little bit of an advantage for the Finnish players here. Beerus really holding that combo and being that foundational Hard Rock score to keep Australia in this right now against those two FCs from Finland. Leno, Crimson and Quijibo all building up those combos after the misses earlier in the map, but the halfway point is here and it's still a healthy lead for Finland and around 40k score. Gotta need to see some misses now, Australia, from Finland if they want to take that lead back, because it's all dead even. The score lead is completely deadlocked, but it's very, very manageable. It's not many misses, and there we go. Kaguya finds that drop, and as immediately the score is going to start going back towards Australia, but Beerus finds a whole bunch of misses, and suddenly that score advantage is going to maintain for Finland and actually grow even more. Finland, Yurti and Leno really holding on strong. Yurti still with an FC going too. Needing misses right now out of Finland, otherwise this point is going to be sealed for Finland, but no, Beerus finds another miss and it might be over here. No trades coming down from Finland, and there we go. That is going to be it. Finland take Hard Rock 3, the first break point of the match. Unfortunately, Beerus just not quite able to find his consistency like Quijibo and Crimson Please. It's a very close point, but in the end, Finland takes that, and it's going to be a good start for them here. 2-0 up. Beerus definitely not going to be too happy with that score.
Yeah, Beerus being sort of coined as the star player there for Australia. And it's always unfortunate to have the lowest score in the lobby, as Beerus is having right now. Early breakpoint there for Finland. It is not against expectations per se, considering the seeding of these two teams, but we've very high hopes for Australia's performance today, don't we? So we are expecting at least a couple of breakpoints, perhaps even from Australia. At least a couple of points. At least a couple of points is what we are expecting.
Yeah, definitely. And here we go, hidden 2. Another hidden pick from Finland, really trying to exploit that weakness from Australia, which they did to perfection on the first point. with Hidden 3, hoping to follow that strong start up and consolidate their break point here with a pick of their own. Australia may be a little shaken, but can't be too displeased with their scores, honestly, against a strong Finnish roster here.
Certainly, certainly. And this hidden map has a very different dynamic to the one we just saw as the very first map of this game. So we are expected to see some different results as well. The first map obviously going into Finland's way quite confidently. Now, however, things have changed. Low AR is definitely something that I don't see the Finnish players play too often. So we could expect some closer score lines here. Bit of an issue over the Yeti side this time around. Seems that I gave them the bad internet for the time being.
Oh, no.
As we get started.
I don't think that's a Banshee miss either. I think that's a real miss from Yeti.
I do believe so as
Leno
well.
too.
Leno, yeah. 4 combos over on the Australian side so far, so that's good news. Early lead is always nice to have. And this is not a very long song either, only at 2 minutes and 24 seconds. Beerus, however, gonna follow that up, is gonna even out the scoreline a little here. I think Australia will keep the advantage, however, as we move into the harder parts of the map.
Yep, Yeti finds another miss there, but it's traded by Beerus as well. And there we go, VT. Full combo drop there for Finland, but it's also traded by Tix, so not going to be too disparaging for that score advantage. However, Australia is going to maintain it with that FC from Nando here, still holding the double S, by the way. Really impressive so far. Can he hold it until the end? Will be absolutely massive for Australia to get their first point back here on pretty uncertain terms on Finland's pick. It's not an easy thing to do, but they're looking confident right now.
True indeed, and it's looking like a missed pick so far from the Finnish team. Leno with another miss there, and Chicken Nando absolutely beasting this map for sure at 100% still. And that is pretty much going to be the one difference that makes it Australian here. It's over 80,000 score of an advantage now over on the Australian side, and really we have a lot of that to thank to Chicken Nando.
Oh
There's
no!
a miss right there, unfortunately, but it's still more than plenty enough of a score gap for that to be okay.
Yep, Australian players still need to hold on here. It's within Finnish grasp to honestly take this back. The score lead's shrinking pretty hard with that miss from Nando, and it's going down quite significantly to around 30k, where I think it might be starting to stabilize, but there's a miss from VD, traded by Nando, but it's going to stabilize it. There's simply not enough time, and Australia take their first point as well, and it's going to be a break point on us.
Way to get into the game, yeah. Unbelievable. Australia then, indeed, proving that hidden isn't really their biggest weakness either. That first map just wasn't really theirs for the taking. Not really their style, seemingly, but AR 8.2 hidden. Why not? Why not just give us a shot at that? And that is a mistake that Finland just made. Australia will be able to stabilize things here if they can proceed with a nice pick, if they have a good game plan going on for them. Maybe, I'm not entirely sure, I was not quite there for the bans, but if there's a hidden pick left, then who knows? They could just go for another one right now.
I believe that there's... I don't think there is, no, because Hidden 1 was banned and Hidden 2 and 3 are being picked. Yeah. And it's going to be Mixed Mod 1. Okay, that's an interesting pick here. It's going to be the more... I guess you could say the more consistent of the mixed mods, probably.
Yeah, 100%.
Less anti-mod, I suppose. At least I think, maybe.
Certainly it is. It is very akin to the first hidden map of the match, however. So it'll have a bit of a higher AR for the hidden player, but it's still very playable. The hit stands are very nice and will give you very nice pointers to where you have to move as well. It's a very stable map in general, and I think that considering the score we just saw from Chicken Nando, for example, Australia should be feeling comfortable filling in that hidden spot as well, and maybe going for a full combo there. Tixtop actually only had a single miss on Insomnia even, so perhaps that's going to be their role again. But it seems that we are getting some swaps there from the Australian players. Chicken Nando remaining in the lobby, but Kujibo moving in for Tixtop.
Yep, for Hard
Will
Rock.
they fill the Hard Rock? Yeah, they will actually fill the Hard Rock slot there.
Yep, and unfortunately, players not quite lined up with their mods, but it's going to be Yerdy and Kujibo facing off on Hard Rock. Nando and VT on Hidden, and Beerus and Jongsu, who I think also comes in for the first time on that Finnish side, battling with Beerus on no mod. So, looking at especially, I think, probably still for the Hard Rock and Hidden players, Nomod definitely just going to want to hold on to their FCs and be consistent. Let's see how we go. It's completely dead even out of the gates. No misses at all from any player as they all get up to 200 combo right now. Completely even between Australia and Finland on Mixed Ball 1, but never mind. Yerdy finds a miss. And here we go. The early lead now for Australia. A quarter of the map has surpassed us, and that is where everything stands at the moment.
A beautiful performance there from the Australians so far. Really, the Finnish are doing everything they can, but this one single miss is enough to give the Australians a temporary lead at least. However, this is a very FCable map. It could very well be that these players are warmed up by now and could just, I don't know, not miss. That's not going to be the case. However, Kujibo will find another miss there for Hard Rock. The Hard Rock players so far struggling the most, and I think those were 2 notes missed as well. So maybe the lead will actually go back to the Finnish side if Kujibo goes back up to 200 combo. So we have to remain seated for a little longer. See how this will unfold.
Oh, Kujibo!
That is such an unfortunate miss there.
That is the worst place that he could have missed there. Kujibo right before that little break section, just barely not under that hyper dash, and look at Finland's lead now. Jump out to 30k score. Kujibo tries to make up the difference. Beerus and Nando still going strong, but so are Yerty and Jongsu and VD. They are all holding their nerve right now. Not much time left to go at all. Still super close, but it looks like Finland might be able to seal this one away with yet another breakpoint. And there we go. Nando misses at the end too, just to seal it. And another pretty close point that could have ended differently. Some really impressive scores from all players.
Really just a single miss of difference there.
Yeah. That's a good point. Only a single miss up. I mean, it was already lost for Finland. I mean, sorry, for Australia when Nando missed.
I mean, that could have shaken things up as well. Imagine if Kujibo did not miss there. It would have been even closer, perhaps. So, really unfortunate there for Australia. Good pick, though, I think. I don't think it's a mispick. And opting for that mixed mod pool does make a lot of sense. Unfortunately, yeah, Finland also just has a really solid overall team. That's the only reason you can get a 3rd seed in the qualifier stage for. So it's not like they're really targeting Finland in their weak spot right now, but is there really any sort of weak spot in the Finnish team? I don't really think there is. On the other hand...
Sorry, you go.
No, yeah, okay. On the other hand, we are going to see a very different pick once again. This is... What do you think of this map, actually, Maito? This ultraviolet map?
It's very funny. It's I mean, it's the gimmick pick, you know, it's no mod 3, that's how it usually goes, and it's I mean, for me at least, it was pretty uncomfortable to play, honestly. There's of course those funky sliders kind of in the middle section that really drag on for a long time, and not really something to slip up on, but I mean, this whole map is just very funky, and probably more of the I guess kind of the low, the AR doesn't seem that low, but with this kind of mapping style, with those sliders and just like moving away from stacks too early and things like that, I could definitely see misses come out on the interestingly mapped stacked patterns from this. So it's going to be, yeah, very, very, very interesting to see how the players get on here.
I'm especially curious about the way the Australians will be able to play this map. It's a very peculiar style indeed. And it's more akin to some of the older maps that we saw from Catch, or like a Convert perhaps, despite the fact that these sliders in the middle part of this song are just something entirely different. But it's not something you would conventionally play. This is something you really have to focus on. Takes a lot of practice too. And we already see a couple of misses there for Kaguya very early on. We are expected to see some more. Good news so far for Finland though, as Crimson Fleece and Kaguya trade once more. Filling with them.
Ooh. There's another one here from Crimson Please, and I think just trading that other miss from Kaguya, Australia might just be able to maintain their lead here if no other misses come down. It's going to be very close though. Beerus, Nando, Jonksu, and VT, those four players on separate sides, all holding to the quarter point of this map, and it's AK score in Australia's advantage. Going to, I think, just increase a tiny little bit here with that spinner possibly as well. And now just waiting to see who's going to be the next miss. Crimson probably going to make up to 200 combo with not much problem here. There it is. The score's going to stabilize, and now we wait yet again to see who's going to be the next miss. Here come those funky sliders. Will there be any misses out of them? Not so far. Australia still holding their lead right now, and there was a miss from Jonksu as well. Traded by Crimson, but Australia's still going to maintain their lead. 18k score. Halfway point of the map surpassed us. Spinners still not catching Nando, Beerus, Kaguya, and VT out. Holding some very nice combos, but it's very, very close. One miss.
Very narrow.
Finland.
And suddenly it's traded over to the Finnish side. It's going to be narrow still. Another miss from the Finnish team will probably give it back to the Australians, but another miss there for Crimson Please is only going to amplify that difference here as we move into 40,000 points, almost 50,000 points, and it's looking tougher and tougher by the minute. The Australians now know they will need another 2 misses from the Finnish team in order to bring this back, and they have to hold on to everything they have. There's a couple of very high combos yet still in the lobby. Chicken Nando and VT still FCing the map very impressively. This is still very tricky. You could be caught out with these very snappy jumps. Nobody, however, gives an inch at all. It seems that they finally stabilized in favor of Finland. Another miss there for Chicken Nando is going to seal the deal very likely in favor of the Finnish. Picking up a 4th point. Yeah, you can't outspin that. 80,000 points of difference. Very well played again by both teams too. Impressively little misses there from all players.
Yep, another very close point. Went down to the wire. Up until the end, it could have been anyone's point, but unfortunately, Crimson Please just not able to hold that combo through that funky, snappy section, and it costs them the point. Beerus and Nando still with really impressive scores, but it's just not quite enough, and Finland take it 4-1, looking not great for Australia so far. It's been tough losing a few close points, and could have been very different with the last 2 points, honestly. Could have gone another way if just a few players were able to hold on for a little bit longer, and they're going to go right into Hard Rock 2 as well. Not too much of a surprise here, honestly.
Bits of a swap in AR, but the playstyle on this map is a bit similar to the one we just saw. Still very snappy, obviously. The spacings and such are very different, but it's just about the feel, and I think the feel is quite akin. Then again, Finland are really stabilized by now. Looking very good, 4-1, having picked up a couple of points in a row now. Australia needs something to fend them off with a little bit. Maybe mixed mod would have been a nice pick too, but it's a very different mixed mod pick than the first one. It's a low AR pick, so that's going to be rough on the hidden player. And it seems that they really want to opt for the stuff that's above AR9 for the time being, such as this one map. Yeah, I think both teams are ready to take this on and tackle this with all their might. So this could be a very close one with very few misses once again. It's not the hardest of maps in this map pool, I would say. So I expect some really crazy scores once again.
Yep, the high CS Hard Rock going to be looking out for just a few little micro adjustments that might catch some players out, but not anything so far. Completely even, just a little bit of an accuracy drop on the Australian side that gives Finland a very, very small advantage, but all players across the board making it to 200 combo with no issues at all. Now it's simply a waiting game to see who will be the first player to miss. And Leno just, I don't even know what happened there, but stopped moving. And Australia's going to take the advantage. I like got shocked by that. Like Leno just completely stopped moving his catcher, and Australia here going to take the advantage on Hard Rock 2. Halfway point of the map is now here, and Beerus, however, trades it over, and Finland are going to start working that lead back up. But did Leno miss a... Oh, well, there's another miss from Leno, just as I was asking, and Australia actually going to maintain their lead. Quijibo and Crimson Please still holding very strong, as are Yurti and Kaguya, but Leno, with those couple of misses, is going to give Australia an advantage, but suddenly it's a double miss on the Australian side, and out of nowhere, Finland have taken the lead back with those two big full combos from Yurti and Kaguya, and Crimson falls, and it is looking very grim now for Australia. No full combos left, and Finland are just running away with another point here.
Yeah, big combos now for Finland. One of them drops, but it's a little late now. 70,000 points of difference, while Kaguya is still absolutely holding through and holding on to his 600 combo. Very nice accuracy as well. This is a very tough map to have high accuracy on, and it's looking very solid once again. Almost reaching that million score. And there it is, full combo over on their side. 55,000 points of difference. It was really close. It was really unfortunate to see a couple of misses there from the Australian side. Again, very similar to the misses that we saw on Leno's side. The catches just kind of stood still for a little bit. The players were caught out for some reason. That just takes more practice if you want to eliminate those types of misses, which sadly is not the case today in this match. Nerves obviously also playing a large factor. They were pretty close though. It's like 2 drops less over on their side would have made the difference for sure, or like 2 misses from Yurti, 2 extra misses there for Yurti or whatever. Would have made a big difference. Leno had some really unfortunate misses too, being spaced very largely there, only having a max combo of 279. You could see the difference there between Yurti and Leno, being 50,000 points in favor of Yurti, despite the fact that he had doubled the misses of Leno there. Just very unfortunate timing really for Australia, I would say.
Yep, just not able to hold on when it mattered, and it's going to give Finland that match point with their pick as well. No mod 4. Beerus staying in for this one, which definitely makes sense. I know he's been practicing the hell out of this map, so hopefully he is able to put on a good score here. Nando coming in, and so is Tix. Quijibo going to be hopping out as well as Crimson Please, and I think Jongsu going to be coming in here for Kaguya, I believe, and VT coming in for Yurti as well. So a lot of swap outs for this convert, and it's really a ton of pressure on Australia now. They need to win this point, otherwise they are out of the winners bracket, and well, not probably the result that they would have wanted. 6-1 definitely could have brought it a lot closer if just a few things went different, but Finland have just been too consistent. They have just been incredibly strong, and it's gotten them all the way here. They're able to hold on in the crucial moments, and that is what's most important. So here we go. Will No Mod 4 be the last point of this match between Finland and Australia? Here we go. Everyone is ready. The MP settings is in, and so is the start. Can Australia prevent the 6-1?
Bears with a little taunt there at the end. Confident picking number 4 against us. Maybe a bit of a jab at their strategy. I wonder if that will pay off. Whether that's going to make Finland any more nervous than they already are. It's Australia, however, that is suffering the most pressure here for sure. So I wonder how this will end up going. This is still another fairly easy map compared to some of the other maps in this map pool. Tick's top is going to be the first to miss there for Australia. However, I do expect them to build up a combo very nicely after. Oh, I will have to take that back. Another one there. Another miss there for Tick's top. And an early lead for Finland is established.
Yep, here we go. Tix, definitely probably the weaker link among the company of Nando and Beerus, and unfortunately not able to hold that early combo. However, going to be enough time for Australia to make this up, but with another miss from Tix yet again, and still 3 FCs on the side of Finland. Not looking good so far for Australia. Quarter of the map has gone by, and 70k score is the advantage here for the Finnish players. All 3 holding double S's, as are Nando and Beerus. It's really just on Tix now to get that combo back up. Finally he does. Up at 200, and the score will now sit evenly at 70k, but no, with that miss from Jongsu. Oh, never mind. It's not going to go down, though.
Absolutely not. Double miss there for Australia, and another one from Chicken Nando, unfortunately. So it's just Beerus, the one beacon of hope there for Australia. But then again, you have Leno and VT doing perfect so far. Double S on both of those players. And Australia is looking up against a very steep wall now. 120,000 points of difference. Will that be bridged? I don't know. There's going to be lots of misses required from the Finnish side on this very last section of the map. And truly, it doesn't change too much. There's a couple more hyper jumps, as you can see. But that's really it. You can very much stabilize on this map after a couple of seconds. And that's what is going on for all of these players, I do think. Tixtop also doing great now, but it's just a little bit too late. A double miss there, however, for Finland, and a single miss there for Australia is going to crawl the score difference back a little bit, but not enough yet for the Australians to pick up a point, I believe.
No, but it's just simply not enough. Finland, as the map gets a little bit more intense here, but also winds up the time, they are going to take it with yet another point under 100k, and that is GG for this match. Finland take it 6-1 against Australia, and despite that scoreline, still an incredible match, honestly, that had so many close points that really could have gone different ways and were down to the wire right up until the end. Scoreline really not doing this match favors of just how exciting it was, especially to cast. I think you'll agree, Sartan.
Absolutely
was incredible, and well, there are your winners, Finland. They have proven themselves in this round of 16 and taken a dominant win over Australia in the end. And they're going to be moving on to the quarterfinals in the winners bracket. Australia dropping down now to the losers, but they honestly, I mean, I think we both have to say that look super scary and going to maybe be a bit of a dark horse losers bracket team, at least in terms of their seeding. Could make a good run, but
and do you feel that's going to be the case for sure? Yeah, that's not the last we'll see of Australia, and I'm fairly certain they'll be back and they'll get into that losers bracket quite deep before they'll leave the tournament eventually. Still very big potential for them to at least reach the top 8, maybe even top 6, especially if we have to take this performance into consideration, which was stellar. Really, it was Finland just being a top 3 team this year, very likely a top 3 team this year. It's just hard to compare to, especially if you look at the seed from Australia. If you compare them to the other seeded teams that are very similar to the Australian seed, like think of like seed 16 up until maybe even seed 10, they have played better this game than most of those teams. So that's going to be an absolute menace in the losers bracket for sure.
Yep. They do look scary. Both of these teams really terrifying teams to go up against for most teams in this competition, I think, as these stages keep progressing. But for now, that is going to be it. We are going to take a 1 hour break between matches. The next one coming up, of course, all on your screens there between Japan and Russia. But for now, that is going to be it. Make sure to get your banners, of course. I'll say it again as I've tried to in every stream. Go support your favorite teams. Looks awesome. Well, I guess without further ado, that will be us for about an hour. I've been Maito, joined by Sartan, and we'll see you all soon.
We'll see you in a bit. Stay tuned.